Welcome back to episode 3 of the Finnish Fire Pit. In this episode, we're actually going to finish up and get to the fun stuff. In the last episode, episode 2, we kind of saw them building the guts of the fire pit, kind of the insides and putting up the cinder block and getting drains in and getting the gas line all secured. In this one, we do all the finish stuff. So going to put the veneer around the fire pit, put the cap on, get the burner installed, some rock, and last but not least, the cherry on top, which is the steel logs. In our last episode, we left off here where they had actually built the guts of the fire pit. Okay, here you can see that the gas guy is returned and he's plumbed in the actual plumbing that is going to connect to the burner. So starts with the stub out on the bottom and it actually transitions into that yellow flexible line that's going to hook to the burner. You can also see that he drilled a hole through the cinder block, and that actually is a valve, and it's going to be connected on the outside of the fire pit to the key that you turn when you want to turn the gas on or increase the gas or decrease the gas. It's one of those metal keys that controls the flow of the gas. Okay, here's a little different picture of the flex line kind of connected. You can see how it runs, and it's actually, you have another piece of pipe that is actually connected to a pan, a flat pan that's going to actually support and hold the burner, which actually transmits the flame up into the fire pit. Here's a better picture of the pan sitting on top, and you can also see the key sticking out in the front of the fire pit there, and that's what goes through to that valve and will control the gas flow. So here's where they are right now. You can see the fire pit is kind of roughed in and they're working on laying the pavers for the actual patio. I usually recommend the total height of the fire pit to be anywhere from 14 to 16 inches high. That gives kind of the optimum height for providing heat as well as functionality of being able to use the ledge of the fire pit for putting your feet on or plates or drinks and things like that. The next step is to prep the outside of the cinder block so that you can start to mortar the actual veneer around the outside. You can see they have attached this mesh to the outside of the cinder block, and the next step we'll see is the veneer. Here's the actual stack stone veneer that you can order from many building supply places, and they can deliver it on a pallet and order it in your favorite colors to match your patio or your house or whatever you need. Next, you're going to spread about a 1/2 inch thick layer of mortar all the way around your fire pit into the mesh, and then essentially take the veneer stone and press it down into the wire, the mesh, and the mortar. Depending on your preference, you could stack this stone real tight and then not need to come back and fill in with kind of a grout filler, or you can stack it like it is on this fire pit and with a slight gaps and later come back with some grout to fill in those gaps. Next up, you'll have to put a cap on to the fire pit, and as you can see here, they've got some stones selected, and you're going to have to get handy, or someone's going to have to get handy with a saw to cut those so that it actually turns into a circle. I usually recommend, roughly 10 to 12 inches at least for that cap so that you can put your feet up there, you can put plates on there, drinks or whatever. Plus it gives you a nice little buffer zone between the heat as well and those sitting around there. You can also see here that they centered the pan as well as the burner within the cavity of the fire pit. One thing that you need to be aware of is you're going to want to put something around the outside of that pan so that the rock doesn't fall over the edge of the pan and down into the bottom of the fire pit. Super important, otherwise you'll be forever scooping out rock and trying to set it back up on top. Hey, we're getting awfully close here. You can see that they cut and all the cap pieces and mortared those in, and also filled in with lava rock on top. So we're getting close to the end here. You can also see that they finished the pavers around the outside for the patio, and essentially this could be a complete fire pit, but we're not done yet. For most fire pits, this is the end. They stack a bunch of rock on top, they turn the flames on, but the problem is the heat goes straight up and out, not going to any of the people sitting around it, which doesn't do them a whole lot of good if they want to stay warm or enjoy the actual heat from the fire. We can do better. We're going to put a cherry on top of this fire pit in the form of artistic metal logs from Rocky Mountain Iron Logs. And as you can see, nice steel, beautiful logs that rust and turn brown and patina as time goes on. And when the fire's actually on, you can see the flames kind of oozing through the cracks in the holes, creating a beautiful kind of flame. But most of all, it also heats the surrounding area for those sitting around with radiant heat. So anyway, that's obviously something I know lots about since that's my company. You'll find links down below in the description with the website and whatnot if you'd want to find out more about the artistic iron logs. That's going to wrap up episode 3 of the Finnish Fire Pit, as well as this series. So I hope you've enjoyed it and hope you got a lot out of this. Feel free to leave comments down below, and please like and subscribe to us. And as soon as we have some more content, you'll be alerted and be able to learn more about fire pits. Until next time, you know what to do. Spark your flame, share your stoke. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.